What's going on, guys? You found Bottom Tier Collector. I am your host, The Bearded One, bringing you a top tier game with bottom tier gameplay. I'm excited to bring this review to you guys. This is the kind of content I had in mind for the future, for the long term. When I first started this channel, when I selected the name I selected for this channel, I definitely wanted to get into video game reviews and video game discussion. As always, when I divert from comic books, I feel like I gotta preface that I'm not going anywhere from comics. You know, I'm definitely gonna stay within the comic book community. That's where I feel home at. But I do want to just have room to discuss my other passions. I have a strong relationship with video games. As of late, I don't have a lot of time to play them, and two of my consoles are out of commission right now. I missed them dearly. My PS3 and my PS4 are unplayable right now. I need to get them fixed and back in working order. But that aside, rabbit trail aside, let's get into TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I'm so excited to bring this to you, and I will give my thoughts and opinions after the gameplay. So here it is, guys.
What's going on, guys? Gonna do a voiceover this time. Can't do an audio because of copyright strikes on YouTube. Gotta avoid those. I'm gonna show you guys the full introductory animated deal here. I love the way this looks. This shows me TMNT, the 1987 cartoon, has plenty of gas left in the tank. And we could get another season here in 2023. Just the animation keeps the spirit of the original aesthetic alive while improving on it and making it feel up to date. They're also playing a modernized version of the theme, the original theme, Turtles in a Half Shell. Just can't hear it. There it is, Shredder's Revenge. Here's the menu you come to. There's what the main menu looks like. We're going to get into the story mode, and we're just going to go through the first level. They give you a how to play menu, and you can learn some moves and stuff. And then if you want to skip it, you can just touch, hold, and skip, like it says at the bottom right. Here's the character select menu. You can get Leonardo, Splinter, April, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo. And I'm going to pick my favorite turtle. That's right, Donnie. I feel like I'm kindred spirits with Donnie, being in the robotics field. You know, here's the, I tried to show a snapshot of the screen of like the city map. Really reminiscent of the original NES games. Jaw-breaking news, episode 1. There's an evil Shredder. Gonna get him. Alright, here we go. So basically just a simple beat 'em up premise. Very reminiscent of the arcade game, right? Look at these beautiful graphics. This gives me hope for pixelated games in the future. You know, I've long time wondered if pixelated games could look updated, you know, have an updated look, and this game gets it perfect in my opinion. I don't want to flesh out too many opinions. We're going to save that for the end, but this game just looks beautiful, and it gives me hope that more pixelated games can come out and look more like this. You know, still pixelated, still old school, yet more detailed and more appropriate for this day and age. I promise I do more than a couple moves. If you want to run like you see me doing, you'll double tap the over button, and the second time you tap the over button, you hold it. Got to watch out for these guys. When they throw stuff on you, it's pretty incredible. And you're in for a treat. This is like one of the best runs I've had on this level. I'm not the greatest video game player. Here's a little hint for you. There's a character you save the first time you beat up that door. So just remember that if you play this game. So when you see me sliding and kicking, I'm pressing the blue left arrow button and then pressing the punch and kick button after that. There's the special move, so when you hit that red explosion looking button, that's what it does. Some of the environment is breakable, and you're going to want to break the environment because you're going to have unlockables and things that you can pick up when you break the environment. So when you're playing, just be mindful of that. Another trick or tip for you, the health isn't on a timer. I know in some of these old games like health fill-ups and power-ups and stuff, they're on timers and they disappear if you don't get them in time. But the health fill-ups, they can stay there permanently on the screen, so you can just pick them up as you need them. It's usually best, obviously, to pick up the power-ups. I mean, the health fill-ups after you're done with all the action. You've beaten all the baddies in the area. So this is irritating. These guys right here, the characters that defend and block moves, they're pretty irritating because there's not a lot of ways to break their defense. We're getting close to the end here, the boss fight. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Throwing guys at the screen kind of breaks the fourth wall. I like that. Yeah, you can see I struggle with these guys that will block and defend. And again, like I said, we're coming up on the boss fight. Not going to get the pizza just yet. Want to get it when I desperately need it. And for some reason, that chair, camera, and mop are not destructible. It's just part of the cutscene, I guess. There's Bebop. Here it is. Bad News Boar, the boss fight. Bebop's fairly simple, but, you know, you can die pretty easy. Just can't get too sloppy. And like most boss fights in these old games, I didn't do a good job of this, but I know this how it works. Learn the mechanics, learn the move patterns of the boss, and defeat him that way. You can stack your special moves, so like after so many hits, you get another special move. And I usually just stack them all and save them for the boss. You see I use my health there, so it stays on screen, doesn't go away. And Bebop's destroyed. Cowabunga, dude. That's what they're saying. You get, you know, your high score list. Get a little extra cutscene here with Rocksteady stealing Crane's head. And getting out of there. And there it is. The final cutscene.
So there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed that 8-minute clip of me playing the first level of TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I can't hard confirm or not if this is a remaster of one of the original NES games or if it's more of an homage, more of a celebration of the original games. But definitely feels like it celebrates the old arcade and NES games that many of us older fans remember from the 80s and 90s. I think the game looks beautiful. The graphics are incredible. Again, I said this in the voiceover, but it gives me hope that more pixelated games can come out. I grew up on pixelated games. My earliest, most fond memories of video games are playing in arcades. Games like NBA Jam, Super Mario, playing on consoles, Super Mario World, and in Donkey Kong Country, playing the original Donkey Kong in on an arcade game. Galaga. Those are some of my earliest memories of playing video games, and they're all in that pixelated manner. And so I really just am filled with hope and a fervor that more pixelated, old school style games can come back and be a thing again. There's a fantastic video game, Miami Online, I think it's what it's called. It's a pixelated video game. So there's games out there in the ether that you can check out that are modern games to show you the pixelated graphics still mean something to people. They still sell to a certain demographic. Anyways, I thought, the aesthetic, them going with the 1987 cartoon was definitely the right choice. I liked the intro. I liked just the way all the characters looked. I thought the menu, like the world map, the way it looks, you navigating around, it's just like the NES game. It's just a total blast to the past. I think the game, if you play on chill mode like I do, because I stink at these arcade games. Full disclosure, I play on chill mode, which is the easiest mode there is, and I still have yet to beat the game on level 12, I believe. But I think it's got a low barrier to entry, so I don't know if kids could enjoy this game. And when I say kids, I mean like 5, 6, 7-year-olds. Still learning those fine motor skills and that hand-eye coordination. I don't know if this game would be for them, but it's still, you saw the gameplay. It's very family friendly, so if you got a kid you think could play an arcade style game and be somewhat successful at it, maybe toss it their way. I know you would enjoy it, you parents out there. My only qualms with the game is there's no block button. It's kind of tricky to break up an enemy's defense when he's blocking. And there was something else. I had a third one. I can't remember. But those are really my only qualms. No block button, and it's tricky to break up an enemy's defense. But other than that, I really have no qualms with the game. Oh, the controls are kind of wonky on mobile. But we live in a day and age where you can buy all these mobile phone accessories. So if you're into that kind of thing, I'm sure, you could put in a controller or grips with buttons and it would play a lot better that way. And then also, one of my real life buddies told me that Shredder's Revenge comes in the Cowabunga collection. It's this collection of a ton of Turtles video games all on 1 or 2 discs. I haven't played it yet, but I believe it's available for like Xbox One, PS4, the new Xbox, I forget the name, and the PS5. So if you have one of those consoles, it's available for PC as well. It comes in that TMNT Cowabunga collection that I'm dying to get my hands on. If I can get my PS4 working, I know the PS4 can handle that game. And I'd love to play it on the big screen. That would be incredible. And you could play it that way, and the buttons wouldn't feel as wonky as they were for me. I feel like it's easy on your screen to miss some of the buttons, and you end up getting attacked for it. But overall, I try not to rate things anymore. I'm trying to break myself of the mentality that there has to be a GOAT of everything. There doesn't have to be a GOAT. We can enjoy everything. Just kind of the mentality I'm trying to take. Doesn't mean it's wrong to have a GOAT or a favorite, but I'm just trying to break myself of that mentality to try and always have to compare everything to everything else. I think it's just a good game. It stands alone on its own. Fantastic. I can't wait to beat the game, and I'm going to try and run through it, beat it, and then I'm going to try to beat it through with all the other characters. And then I'd like to see if the character leveling that you do, because if you notice when I picked Donatello, he had an 8 or a 9 underneath his avatar. And that's because I played through most of the game with him. And I guess it's a power. It increases your power when you level your character up. So there's benefits to doing that. Farming your character, I guess. Not really a farming game, but there's a bit of a grind to it, which is cool. It makes for some playability. And I haven't toyed with it yet, but there's also an online multiplayer feature where you can party up with people and play with other people on your phone and defeat the bad guys and stuff. And I need to play around with that. That sounds really cool. And while I have that on my mind, my name on this game is bottom tier. So if you're ever trying to party up and you're looking for me, you want to play with me, it's just straight up bottom tier. And I'm usually playing with Donatello. And if you can link up and you want to party up and play this game together, I'm totally down for that. I think that's it. I also appreciate that some of the secondary characters are available to play with. April O'Neil and Splinter. I don't know if there's anybody else you can play with. That's not unlockable. There may be unlockable characters, I'm not sure. But that's really cool that you can play with Splinter and April O'Neil like right off the bat alongside every single turtle. I was worried I would have to play Leonardo first or one of the turtles first and have to unlock the rest, but that's not the case. You get the full roster besides any hidden unlockable characters. Again, I don't know if anybody's unlockable. I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I did. I had a blast filming it for you. I had a blast playing it for you guys. This is the start of the video game content. If you'd like to see more video game content, let me know in the comments. I've got several mobile phone games I could review real easy. It'd be just like this. I've got Diablo Immortal. I've got I play Transformers. Is it New Earth? The base building game. I play that, and I've deleted several games, but yeah, I could review a couple mobile games if you guys would really want to see some of that. And in the future, when I get my computer stations set up in the bonus room, and I can get a game capture card, maybe we'll do some old school video game reviews or whatever. We'll delve into my actual hard video game collection. And then lastly, TMNT 7, the review is coming this week. It's a giant sized issue, so I'm not 100% what I'm going to do with the video as far as parting it out. I don't know how long the review is going to be. As you guys know, I tend to want to hash out the entire book. I tend to want to spoil it all, because I mostly review back issues that I assume a lot of you have read or are aware of anyways. So we'll just have to see when we get to the video, when we get to the review. I'll let you guys know if there's going to be, I'm going to part it out or whatever. But stay tuned for that TMNT 7 review. And then on the WrestleMania series, I haven't forgotten it. I don't want to say I'm burnt out, but I need a change of pace. My ADD's been kicking in as far as WrestleMania. I blazed right through the first 4 WrestleManias, and it got a little hard to watch WrestleMania 5. I was just really busy with honey-do lists while I was at home before work every day. And now I'm on to WrestleMania 6. I hope to get to it soon. But I'd like to take a break, and sometime I'm going to try and fit in a what I learned about 80s wrestling from this series video, kind of as a midway through the series point kind of video. And then we will try to hit the ground running with WrestleMania 6 and go all the way to WrestleMania 10 and finish out the series with me ranking the first 10 WrestleManias. And then I've got quite a few ideas for what I want to do in the future with my wrestling content. So all you wrestling fans, thank you for watching my wrestling content. And Definitely gonna be doing wrestling content for a long time. I want to thank all of you guys that watch all of my content, support the channel. It's much appreciated. I'm here for friends over subs. I never want to ask you to subscribe. It is free to subscribe. I don't want to guilt you into it though. I'm here to make content for people that want to watch it. So that's really all I'm going to say about that. And the fact that people want to watch this blows my mind to this day. It's so cliche in the community. Everybody says I never thought I'd get over 10 subs. And I never thought I'd hit the 100 sub mark for sure. I never thought, as many people would care about my content as they do. But they do, and I just always feel obligated to say thank you. And it means a lot. And I'm signing out, guys. Until next time.